All right, howdy folks, and welcome to Gridiron Live. Today we are going to continue once again our NBA Tonight 2002 Raptors franchise mode. Last time we played Detroit and Milwaukee. We lost against Detroit, very close game. A lot of things to be hopeful about, and then we ended up beating Milwaukee. Both very close games, so we're currently at 500 on the season. Our next two games are going to be against Charlotte and Chicago. So we're going to find out just how difficult that is going to be. But before that, let's go ahead and roll the intro.
The right to bear arms is guaranteed in the Constitution, sir.
We're going to hold on to him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to kick the hell out of him all the time, and we're going to go through him like crap through a goose.
Roger Vick pounded his way for 11 yards and a touchdown after taking...
We're going to cut out their living guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. We're going to murder those lousy Hun bastards by the bushel.
All right. Hope everyone is having a good Monday afternoon. Almost forgot what day it was. Okay. So I know I've been playing this game quite a bit. I didn't think I'd be playing this game as much as I am, but I turned out to really like this game. That said, I am going to start another franchise mode in a different game. I think it's going to be NCAA Football 2K3. I'm going to do a coach mode in that. So be on the lookout for that here soon. But still going to be playing with these Raptors, of course. So we're at 1-1. Team's looking pretty good. Let's see. So we have Keon Clark, Grant Patterson, Vince Carter, and Jackson here. Our team is... Let's see, they're at... Almost all of them are at 77 overall. And they each have some pretty good attributes. Vince Carter, of course, at 94. So overall, we're sitting at 80, offense at 82, and defense looking pretty strong at 88. And I think I ended up getting these two forwards. Try to shop them around. Maybe I could get a decent trade or something. But haven't been able to do that just yet. So, let's see. I think I needed a point forward here. Or power forward, sorry. Still learning the names of these positions. Yeah, so... Let's see. So I don't have a power forward backup. But I do have 3 small forwards here. And Stockton, he was actually pretty surprising in his on-court production. But I think we'll leave that for later, and we'll just jump into Charlotte. All right, so here we go. Going to Charlotte. Looks like Vince Carter and Jackson's condition is poor right now. I wish that was something that they would tell you before you started the game. That way you could swap out the players. Apparently they didn't want to do that. So
from Charlotte.
You got to find out after the fact.
ESPN. This is Brett Musburger, and beside me with the color commentary, Stuart Scott. Tonight's matchup is between your Charlotte Hornets and the visiting Toronto Raptors. And now for the PA.
I've been trying out a lot of different sports games. So I want to really find I want to find one that has a good franchise mode. I know 2K5, NFL 2K5 has a good franchise mode. But I've kind of been dabbling with the MLB series, some of the earlier ones, both on PS1 and PS2. And I've actually been looking at All-Star Baseball, which is Acclaim's baseball game. I'm not really big into baseball, but I do like franchise mode, so I think I could get into it if I was just, you know, doing it in manager mode.
The game is about to start here on.
But I think I'm really leaning towards NCAA football 2K3,
And the first basket goes in for
the last 2K football game.
great shot. Last season his field goal percentage was
It's either that or
passes it into Patterson.
I was also, if I wanted to play a different basketball game, I was considering College Hoops 2K5. So
Anderson.
there's a couple different games that I'm looking to play.
His first block of the game.
And I should really kind of get on a schedule, you know. Maybe have one day where I play this game,
Nails it too.
another day where I play a different game. There's so many good sports games to play on the PlayStation 1 and 2.
The Raptors lead by 2.
So sad how
Brings it up court.
I was reading an article
Swats it away.
yesterday about the decline of the quality of sports games. And it's true, you know. Sports games have really gone down in quality.
Clark.
Obviously, like, the graphical capabilities have gone up, but
Patterson.
everything else has gone up in graphical capabilities as well. The problem with sports games is that
Lead by 4.
there's only
And throws it in.
a handful of major games.
Big mojo.
We've been seeing a little bit more production in the indie sphere a little bit past several years, which is good,
The Raptors.
but we
lead
really
by
want
2.
to get to where there's more mid-budget games.
Patterson. Finds his man in the lane. He jams it in.
Oh yeah, y'all. Just check out the elevation.
Because, you know, having indie sports games is cool, and I'll always be for it and support it.
Artest. Marshall with the
But,
8-footer.
you know, having indie sports games is a little volatile because of the quality,
Down by 2.
like the disparity in quality.
Patterson.
But once you start getting to like mid-budget sports games,
Can't
you
figure
start
out what happened.
getting into, you know, you start getting more playable games. I'll put it that way.
Finds his man in the paint.
And no disrespect to any developers that are out there. I'm one of them, so. But once you start getting into like mid-budget
And
games,
he brings it up court. Grant.
that's when you can really start seeing more variety.
The ball into the paint.
My man is a ball.
You know, I kind of made a mistake looking at
Anderson.
like every sports game on the PlayStation 1 as a AAA title.
Anderson. Marshall.
Because if we're talking about budget,
Moving
AAA,
up. Patterson.
I don't think AAA means that you're on the console.
Clark.
I think the best way to put it is AAA means you have
Coming
the
into the paint.
biggest budget.
Knocks in at 2.
You know what, Brett? That is straight up handles right there.
And so we need that mid-budget sort of middle market
Muhammad.
to come back. You know, I don't know what the budget for this game was, for example.
Perimeter 2. Artest.
I don't know if it was any more or less than NBA Live or NBA 2K
Pick up their first foul.
or
That was a big time hit.
you know, NBA Courtside or any of the other simulation style NBA video games at the time.
Gets one more try.
My suspicion is that this was a lower budget game. I could be wrong though, but there was definitely
In the last season, his free
games
throw
that had
percentage was
less of a
70%.
budget. Perfect example is NFL Game Day.
Grant
We know NFL Game Day
passes it
wasn't as good as 2K football, for example, but they still had interesting things to offer.
12 points.
And it's just sad to see,
Muhammad.
the middle market go away,
Muhammad
because now we're stuck with
with a big time block.
one or two major games, and that's it.
To the hoop.
So we're really in a stagnation in
The Hornets down by 1.
the sports gaming
Dribbling up court.
sphere, and that sucks.
Anderson. Artest.
No,
With a steal.
we definitely don't know, or we didn't know how well we had it back then, and it's a real disappointment, And that's why it's so great to go back and play these games, because you can see
Lead by 1. And he brings it up court.
all the different things that could be done.
Stockton. Clark. Only
That's my rant of the day, I guess.
intercept the pass. Sends the ball cross court to Davis.
Let's see what they do here.
Time expired. It's the end of the first quarter.
Okay, so we've been playing pretty close games so far. The Detroit game was very close. The Milwaukee game was very close. And this game's been pretty close as well. Okay, so let's get Curry out there. Stockton. We'll leave Stockton in. Let's see if he does anything. We'll get Batty back in. And Jones and Lou, I don't expect them to be playing very much at all, mostly because they were just sort of an investment. We're trying to flip them, Kind of a weird strategy for trading players, but it seems to work sometimes. Yeah, Vince Carter has poor condition still, so we're gonna leave him out. We got Hardaway in there. I think that's good. All right.
We are ready for the second quarter. The Hornets up by 1. Curry. Stockton. Battie.
Battie is his name. Let's call him Batty. Don Battie.
The other side of the pillow.
The Raptors lead by 1. Anderson. Big
Oh,
defensive
nice interception by John Stockton.
play. Grant. Hardaway.
Hardaway, oh, that was gonna shoot.
Stockton. Got a piece of that one. On the break. Muhammad. Artest.
I'd like to see John Stockton shoot some threes.
Artest.
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop.
Brings it to the attack court.
I was playing a little bit of College Hoops 2K7, I think,
Stockton. Hardaway.
and
Stockton. Hardaway.
it was depressing, really. It
Stockton.
Time to go to the basket.
was depressing seeing
Swats it away. Puts up a shot with the clock.
like the
Knocks down the 15-footer.
Sports Center type segments that they had.
The Hornets down by
Like they would have two TV personalities,
Anderson.
and then they would show like the top 25. It was like a preseason kind of show. They'd talk about every single team and like certain players on the team. It was really cool.
2.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
And it's just kind of sad because
Gets it out to Stockton.
Man,
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop.
the one football game that
With a turnaround.
2K didn't have to stop making was NCAA 2K.
Davis.
And I don't know the story behind why they chose to stop making it.
Dribbling up the floor.
I mean,
Stockton. Got a piece of
Oh.
that one.
That's his first block of the game.
that was a terrible shot by Stockton.
Davis.
Yeah, I don't know why NCAA 2K
Gets the ball in the
football
paint.
stopped being made.
Into
And it wasn't because of any sort of exclusive licenses.
last season, his field goals
At least I don't think so.
60%. Hardaway. Brings it to the attack court. Curry. With the swipe.
I mean that's the one
Block of the game.
it's the one game where they could have still had a licensed product
Recovers the ball.
and competed
Artest.
with EA, but they chose not to.
Artest with the off-balance shot.
And I guess there was a perfectly sound business decision that they made.
Grant. Finds his
But it would have been so cool to have a college football video game that had those
Nowhere to rock that ball in.
like sports center segments, just like they had them in college hoops. And it's just sad to see what could have been, and how close we were.
Dribbling up the floor. Campbell
Even like a
passes the ball.
college football 2K5 would have been great.
The Hornets down by one. Dribbling up court. And
But
throws it into the
man,
paint. Drops in a two.
we were so close to having
Hornets
what
down by three.
might have been the perfect college football video game, but
See my man coming.
2K decided to
Clark
call it off,
passes into the
unfortunately.
lane. Clark, Stockton. Call
Bit of a
with
shame,
3
I'd
second
say.
violation.
I think he just fell asleep in the paint.
Quite a bit of a shame.
Moving up. Campbell.
So that's one reason why I might be playing
Not much time to go. Oh, he jammed it.
college football 2K3.
One more dunk like that, and they're going to have to change the rim.
I really love the ESPN
Clark.
license.
Jones. Clark. With the 10-footer. Curry grabs the rebound. Francis. Campbell.
So pretty close game still.
Brown. And it's good.
Looks like we're going to be fighting over this 1-point lead for a while.
Down by one. Patterson. Jones. Got it.
Maybe coming down to the last possession, I would say.
That's the end of the first half, and we have a tight game so far.
Okay, so we are at halftime. We are up by 1 point. Alright, so Vince Carter is normal. Let's get him in the game. Clark's in there. Stockton is a little tired, so let's get Jackson back in there. Looks like Jones has scored a couple points. I kind of want to have Grant back in there. And I can't get over the fact that NFL primetime could have been like this game.
We're set for the second half. The Raptors.
NFL primetime was such a great show.
Carter. Rejected. Oh, they got the game face
Okay,
on
Vince
tonight.
Carter
They're
making a
not
difference
Carter.
right off the bench.
Grant. Clark.
Does Grant have a ponytail? I just noticed that.
And he hits the first basket of the quarter. The Raptors lead by 3. Curry. And he spins with the layup.
You know what, Brent? My man has wheels.
The Raptors
Still up by 1.
lead by 1. And he puts it in gently.
You know what, Brent? He's got mad handles.
And it's a 3-point game again. Campbell. Francis. Brown.
Oh, nice steal by Grant.
Candy from an infant.
Jackson. It was in his face. Tough.
So I guess Grant is the most recent player I traded for.
Davis. Curry. Skip pass to Brown. Swipes the
Good
ball
block.
away.
That's his second block of the game.
The
There we
rebound
go.
by
It's good
Clark.
defense by the Raptors.
Moves up. Patterson. Grant. Patterson. Back out to
Jackson shoots. And, oh, rebound by Patterson.
The Raptors now have 28 points.
Okay, so we're up by 5 now. That's good.
The Raptors lead by 5. And he brings it up court. Campbell.
Let's see about this defense here.
My man just took the ball
Good.
out of his hands.
Steal.
Too easy.
Patterson. Carter.
Vince Carter backs up, passes it to Grant. He spins.
Time block.
Picked up by Jackson. Grant shoots again, but he misses.
Davis. Finds his man in the paint.
Ooh.
With a reverse
Big
dunk.
dunk by Larry Marshall.
My man can flat get up.
And it's a 3-point game again. Moving up. Grant.
Come on, let's get an easy 2 here.
Clark
Easy 2.
with the spin. Got a piece of that one. Muhammad comes in for Campbell. The Raptors lead by 3. Marshall. Muhammad
Marshall to Muhammad. He spins, he shoots, and it's blocked.
recovers the ball.
Artest throws it,
The rebound to rejected.
and it's blocked. Oh, but he gives it right back.
Definitely was a charge. He had position. Moves up. Clark passes the ball into the paint
Let's give it to
with the 8-footer.
Carter here.
The rebound by Anderson.
Some sloppy shots.
Oh, yeah. He is causing some serious havoc out there.
Blows by.
Here comes
Takes a
Grant.
shot.
He shoots it.
They can't keep him off the glass.
Picked up by Carter.
Here comes the power
Here comes
slam.
Vince Carter, and boom. Nice dunk for good measure.
The Hornets down by 5.
So we still have our 5-point lead.
Passes it into the lane.
It's cut to 3.
Serious dime.
And it's a 3-point game again. Grant. Davis.
Man,
Intercepts the pass. Artest.
got to do better than that.
Davis.
Oh,
The off-balance shot.
thought for sure that was going to be a dunk. 2 shots and they miss.
Grant. Clark. Carter. Clark. Patterson.
Boom, huge dunk by Ruben Patterson.
Big mojo.
Boom, very nice.
The Raptors lead by 5. Dribbling up the floor. Patterson takes the ball
Wow.
away. Only a few seconds left. Patterson
Come on, get some
gets
points.
it out to Jackson. Puts up a shot as time
Perfect
expires.
shot.
Knocks down the 18-footer.
Now,
All right, now we're starting to pull away a little bit.
right there.
34-27.
Scored 4 points. And that's the end of the third quarter.
So let's see. Grant hasn't scored any points so far. Let's get the T in there. We'll leave Carter in and Jackson, I think. We'll leave Jackson in there. All right, next quarter.
Welcome back to the game. As we go on to the fourth quarter, the Raptors up by 7. Patterson reels in the ball. Carter. Clark. Battie.
T shoots, he scores.
Good shot. Tonight his field goal percentage is 100%. Anderson. Muhammad. Artest. Lays it up. The Raptors lead by 7.
Okay, so we have a 7-point lead still.
Battie. Jackson. Davis picks off the pass.
It's a good way to let them come back.
Artest. Davis.
Oh, they got a little back and forth here. Don't you just love it when the AI does this?
They're passing the ball too much. Somebody's got to shoot.
Artest.
Sometimes the AI does this. Kind of a flaw of the AI. But they did get that 3. The next game in this series, NBA starting 5, it's actually pretty smooth. It just doesn't have the ESPN license, which I don't like. But it's definitely a smoother game.
Finds his man in the lane. It rattles out.
So I might do like a franchise mode there as well.
From well within his range. Vince Carter.
The only thing is that they don't have the 14-game season. So at least it's going to be 26 games.
The Raptors lead by 7. Brings it to the attack.
If that's the case, that almost doubles the length of the season.
Denied.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think college football 2K3 is definitely, I think that's going to be next on the horizon.
Patterson puts up a shot. Nails it too. The Raptors.
I think I also want to play one of the MLB games on the PlayStation 1.
Artest. Muhammad. Artest. Muhammad. That was like taking candy from a baby. Clark.
Dangerous pass to Clark, but he gets it. Clark shoots, and he scores. Guys, I think we got this one in the bag. We were up 9 points.
Anderson. Artest. Anderson. And the Raptors call it 20.
Got a minute 22 left.
The Raptors lead by 11. Around the perimeter to Isley.
Time to go to the basket. Too much passing around.
It's 46-32. Got a minute 15. I think we got this one.
The Raptors lead by 14.
And I think Charlotte, not mistaken, I think they're ranked pretty high right now. Like, I think they're like 3-0.
The Raptors lead by 12.
I think this will be a solid win for the team.
Carter.
We're in no rush here, so we can just take our time.
A minute remaining in the final quarter. Curry.
The backwards pass.
Isley. Carter.
Come on, it's time to get something going. Let's see what they can pull off.
Nothing but net.
Oh, that
Good
was a
swish
nice
there.
play.
The Raptors lead by 14. Artest
Artest shoots. He misses.
cleans up the glass. Artest gets it out to Davis. Anderson with the spin. Marshall. Anderson.
They're passing the ball too much.
A lot of passing by Charlotte right now.
Muhammad will let it go with the clock running low.
All right, we got this game in the bag.
Carter.
Let's get in victory formation and take a knee.
Carter.
Don't you guys just love the cross sports references?
He's stealing the ball.
He shoots
Puts up a shot as time expires.
and he misses.
And with the sound of the buzzer,
Okay, so at the end of the game, the Toronto Raptors win 48-34 against the Charlotte Hornets.
The final score 48-34. And the Hornets take a tough loss at home. Stuart.
I'll tell you, Brent.
Let's take a look at the
team
points
chemistry is
total.
their key. With everybody doing what is asked of them, the whole team believes.
So Patterson
The Hornets
takes the
have to play
highest
more as a
score
team
with
and get
12
everybody
points,
involved in the offense and defense.
followed by Keon and
Mr.
Vince
Brett Musburger
Carter.
Along with Stuart Scott saying so long and good night. You've been watching ESPN, the worldwide leader in
Patterson is turning out to be a very, very good shooter. So far, I'm very impressed with him. That puts us at 2-1. Yeah, Charlotte was 3-1. Now they're 3-2. We're currently at number 9 at 2-1. And so far, Dallas, New York, Indiana, Orlando, and Utah are undefeated. But Utah's only played one game, so. Let's see. I want to get rid of Jermaine Jones and John Liu. Try to find a point forward that's around 69. Who's Charlie Ward? Let's see. Charlie Ward has actually some pretty decent skills here. 71 for passing, ball handling, and stealing. I think I'm gonna use. Oh, not that. I'm gonna use Ward, Liu, and Jones to try to get a what is it? Power forward. Yeah, power forward. It's around 70. Kobe Bryant, is he injured? I wonder if we could. Wonder if. Okay. That was just sort of morbid curiosity. So we need a power forward that's around 70. We got Medvedenko, Stanislav Medvedenko, Slava. I think I looked at him already. Maurice Taylor, 7 years out of Michigan. It's good strength. Pretty good 2-point shooter. Low composure though. Seems like he's gotten decent playing time for the Rockets. Mark Jackson from Temple, not drafted. Good rebound. Pretty decent blocking. So maybe Golden State. Chris Mim. Let's try the other guy. Danny Fortson. Good rebound. I was looking at Golden State. Let's try him. Okay, that didn't work. So we need to target someone who has weak forwards and guards, I think, for this trade to be attractive to them. This guy's almost 70. Got very good 2-point shooter. So we try Kurt Thomas. Let's try it. That exceeds player points. Okay. So a team that has weak forwards and guards. Bo Outlaw. Very good shooter. Good stealing, good blocking. Let's try this guy. I don't think anybody wants these players. San Antonio. Charlotte. Larry Marshall. 1 year. Good endurance. Good strength. Not a good shooter, though. He's clutch. Maybe Charlotte might be a good choice to target. Seems like maybe a 69 might be the best I can do. I guess we'll try it. Man. Maybe it's too many players. Let me just get Ward and Jermaine. So I'm giving a guard and a forward. Karl Malone, the mailman. Really good strength, toughness. Out of Louisiana Tech. That would be in Ruston, Louisiana. Man. I don't have anything. Okay, so I think I'll just have to get rid of these guys. No. Let's release these guys. Definitely don't need them. So now we just need another power forward. Another power forward, and that should be it. $259. All right. Oh, Patrick G. Mafia says, "Hey sir, how's the team going?" Pretty good. We just beat Charlotte handily, I would say. I think it was almost 10 points. We still have one game left, I think, and I was trying to shop around some of the excess players I had for a power forward, but nothing was really working, so I think I'm just going to sign a free agent. Although, I mean, small forwards can play the power forward position, right? Or would it be better to get a specific power forward? Because Randolph here is only a 60. And there's nothing that really stands out about him. But he is 6'9", 270 though, compared to where was he? Jermaine Jones, who is at least he's a decent shooter. 63 both for 2 and 3-point shots. But he's a little bit smaller. In real life, Randolph is good. Get best overall for sure. Because Jermaine's a 67. And Randolph is a 60. I guess I should get best overall. So one of these forwards would be coming in for Brian Grant. I think that's the best we can do for now. Some point guards that are at 68. I think that's it. So, the next game's against Chicago. Chicago is... They are... Where are they? They're number 27 at 0-1. Carter Kell says, bro, you gotta play 2K or something. This game ain't gonna blow you up. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people playing 2K basketball. As a kid, my favorite, well, the only basketball game I had was a 2K5. And I was playing a little bit of that last night by myself. And yeah, it's a good game. But I feel like a lot of people already play that. So I just wanted to play a different game, you know. If I were to play a different basketball game, one on the horizon would be College Hoops 2K5. And that's because they want it's a college game and they do have coach mode built in. So that might be one that I play in the future. But I think the next franchise mode I start up, it might be College Football 2K3 is a game that I wanted to really explore. And then I wanted to play one of the MLB games on the PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. So 2-1 now, I guess. Solid, says Patrick. Yeah. But really, NBA Starting 5 is not a bad game, which was the next game in this series. It really isn't. I know 2K is a great game. You know, 2K has made great they've made great sports games since the beginning. Starting on the Dreamcast, their games have never sucked. Absolutely. But Starting 5 and this game, I don't think are bad. Obviously, there's a reason why 2K is still around. But I don't think this game is that bad. So, I'm just playing this game because I like it, you know. But I do appreciate your opinion, Carter Kell. Or I'm just gonna say that's Carter Kell.
He came from nowhere to rock that ball in.
But I'm really not a basketball person, believe it or not. I just to me this feels like a 90s basketball game, so that's why I like it.
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop. The clock's winding down.
And it's good.
Hello? Somebody, anybody, put a hand on that guy.
The Raptors now have 5 points. Into Mashburn.
This could be the year for the Raps. Possibly so. I mean, every starter is at least a 77, besides Vince Carter, who's a 94. And then I think the starting point guard is 76. So pretty solid roster, I would say. And the bench, is pretty good as well.
Puts up a 2 with a turn.
So I mean, there's
Swish.
Lord have mercy.
I think there's good reason to be hopeful for the postseason. We'll see.
Lucretia, Moesha, baby daddy.
The Bulls down by 1. Jackson. Carter. A minute and a half remaining in the first quarter.
But last night I was
Passes it into Grant.
Jackson's having a good game so far.
Somebody has got to make a move to the hoop.
I think so.
In the paint.
I mean,
Puts
Patterson
up a shot with the clock
had
running.
another outstanding game against Charlotte. You know, he was the
Dribbling up
team leader in points again, so he's turned out to be a very consistent scorer.
Mashburn. Walker.
Oh,
Oh, what a power slam.
I've also been looking at baseball games, and I don't know how much you know about baseball, Patrick.
The attack court.
I don't really know much about it either, or at all.
Clark.
But I was looking at,
Wide pass out to Carter. Grant. Passes the ball
of
into
course, Major League Baseball 2K5. All the 2K5 games are good.
Rejected.
But I was also looking at All-Star Baseball, which was a claims baseball game,
Is hungry. Knocks the ball loose.
and they seem to have a pretty decent franchise mode. They let you have start an expansion team,
Grant.
and I kind of like that.
Carter. Grant. Gets his shot rejected.
And they do have manager mode, so that's good.
Carter
So I don't know.
will let it go with the
There's a lot of good games that I'm looking at that I want to play.
Nobody boxed him out.
The Raptors lead by 1. It's good if it goes. That brings us to the end of the
I know baseball. I'm a jock. Willing to help you. I like the GM mode and stuff like that. Yeah, the way All-Star Baseball 2005 handles it is that you can set the control of the outfielders to auto, and then I think you can select what kind of pitch to throw for the pitcher, and then you can tell when you're at bat, you can tell the batter if you want to like bunt or make a contact, hit, or do a power swing. So it gives you a little bit of control of the players, which I do like. So I was kind of surprised that All-Star Baseball didn't make it. It's really sad to see sports games fall away. Let's get Jackson out for... Get Isley in there, and we'll get Curry at center. I think that's good. All right. Patrick says the franchise was so fun. I missed that. Midway. Wasn't there a baseball game, Slugfest? I haven't played that.
Curry.
I played Blitz. I played NHL Hits. I played Red Card. I remember having that game as a kid.
First block of the game.
He couldn't get that shot off in time.
That's the first shot clock violation I've seen.
Miller. With the
Yeah, as far as
18-footer.
baseball games, really just sports games in general.
Dribbling up the floor.
If I get like a 90s vibe from it, I'm gonna like it. Or at the very least, like an early 2000s vibe, I'll take that. So, I don't know.
The Raptors lead by
I'm a little bit weird with sports games like that.
Williams. And with the jumper. And the shot from the outside is missed.
Somebody better.
Slugfest, red card, and others.
Grant.
Yeah, it was Slugfest, red card,
Isley. Patterson.
hits, and blitz.
Finishes it off the glass.
I don't know if there was another one.
The Bulls.
I don't think so.
Down by 5. Walker.
Way to hustle.
And blitz actually made it to the 360 and PS3 with
Patterson.
Blitz the League 1 and 2,
Curry.
which is cool to see.
Jammed it in the basket.
You know what, Brent? One more dunk like that, and they're gonna have to change the rim.
Oh, NBA Hoops was another midway game, of course.
The Bulls down by 7.
Right, midway made Hoops, right?
Williams. And he spins.
Nothing wrong with liking older games. It's good to go back and see what you didn't realize as a kid.
Oh, that was a nice dime.
Oh yeah,
The Raptors.
there's so many things that you just didn't pick up on.
Patterson. Grant cleans up the glass. Scores
I mean,
at 2.
just playing like NBA 2K5 or really NFL 2K5.
Down by 7.
There's so many things that just went over my head.
Williams.
Yeah, I had no idea what I was looking at, but you know, I fumbled my way through the franchise modes anyway.
15-footer.
Nice shot.
The Bulls down
But yeah,
by
there's a
5.
lot of things just
Carter.
never got to play or never really got to appreciate, you know.
Curry passes it into the lane. Off the iron.
The Raptors
So
should
it's-
try and rotate the ball better and get everybody involved in the offense.
I'm definitely
Passes it in.
definitely about
Curry
playing
off the board against
older
him.
games.
Them kids representing.
Hoops was midway. Yeah,
The Bulls down by 3.
I'm actually kind of surprised that NBA Hoops didn't have more games.
Patterson.
I mean, Blitz, I think they went all the way to like 2003 or 4.
Curry.
Hits, same thing.
Rips the net with a slam.
I think
I'll tell you, Brent, that slam.
red card, I forget how far that went. And then Slugfest, I think, had a couple entries as well.
Williams into Wesley. Grant gobbles up the rebound.
But I think 2005 was really the year.
Patterson.
It was really the beginning of the end, in a way, for sports games.
Sends it out to.
And I don't just mean,
Puts it in gently.
you know, the NFL and EA and all that crap.
In the last season, he had a shooting percentage.
Like, a lot of franchises died that year.
Spin. Back out to
You had NCAA Game Breaker, didn't have a game in 2005. NFL Game Day did have
into the basket.
one in 2005, but it was on the PS1 and it was their last title.
Execution of the fast
All-Star
break.
Baseball was over in
So far, he has
2005.
scored 6
Um,
points.
NBA Starting 5, 2005, which was only released in Japan, by the way,
Throws it into the paint.
didn't have another game.
Down.
That's his second block of the game.
And he flies
Trying to
over
think
the
of
shot.
others.
What a transition.
I guess if you count the midway games, they didn't have any
Curry. So far,
as many
he has
titles in
scored
2005.
8 points. With the jumper. Knocks in at 2.
Hey, they better watch out for his shots.
Williams.
There's a lot of games that just
4 points. So that is
went
the
away.
end of the first half.
And it's sad. It really is sad.
The Raptors 25.
I remember I logged a lot of video game minutes playing Slugfest, the good old days. Well, they certainly were the good old days, but that's why we play these games now, because we don't want the good old days to just be memories, you know. That's kind of the thing about nostalgia, is that we associate it with memories. Back when things had certain meaning. And in a way, we kind of lose that meaning. And that's why we're nostalgic about things. I remember NCAA Game Breaker. Yeah, Game Breaker It was obviously better on the PlayStation 1, but I actually have these two physical copies, 2004 and 2001. And then I have a few of them. I can knock everything over here. I have 2001 also on the PS1. This is definitely the better version of Game Breaker 2001. I have Game Breaker 2000, which was the first year that they had their franchise mode. And I have Game Day 99, and then Game Day 97, which is, I think, was the first one that they had, or maybe the second one that they had. There's definitely a lot of games that we missed out on because they went away. Let's see. Carter. Curry's playing good off the bench. Yeah, I think so. He's scored 8 points. I think I'm gonna leave him in a little bit longer. And then Clark can come in about the fourth quarter, I think. Isley, I think, is good there. Actually, no, let's get Jackson in. Anytime, you know, I hear people say, you know, why aren't you playing 2K, or why aren't you playing, you know, NBA Live, or whatever the EA game is. I appreciate that view because those are, you know, great games, but I feel like I'm playing into like the Monopoly mindset. Because while those are the two giants, every other sports game, most of them had something to offer when you really look at it. And I don't want to be that person that just plays one sports game,
The second half of the game is about to begin. The Raptors.
or that plays stuff from only one developer or one company.
Curry. Batiste
There's so many different things that
sends the ball into the paint.
different developers brought
Oh, you know that's
that we don't have anymore.
the Raptors are just running them.
And so I would agree that, for example, this game, you compare it to NBA 2K2, for example, because it's same year, 2002. 2K2 is, you know, very smooth game, and it's good. Like, it's a solid game. It's one of the best.
Curry with a 12-footer.
But honestly,
If you're taking the shot, you really have to mean it.
I honestly like this game more
Just can't coach speed.
because of its own
I'll tell you, Brent.
qualities.
Flat, get up.
Walker. So far he has scored 10.
So
points. Carter.
I just look at different things, you know.
Jones. Carter.
Stay true to your game selection.
Curry.
Yeah, there's
Straight off the meat rack.
that's just the way I think about it, you know.
The Bulls. Down by
I mean,
9.
it's partially nostalgia. It's partially because I don't want to
with the J.
feed into the one game mindset. Partially because I don't want to support,
Brings it to the
you know,
attack court.
the monopolies.
2.5 minutes remaining. In
And
the
partially
third
just
quarter.
because
Jones.
a lot of these older games just have some things that were better
Nothing but net.
in certain ways. So it's a mixture of a lot of different things.
Gets it out to
You know.
Williams with the 10-footer. Drops in
And
a
there are older games
So far
that
he has scored
were
12.
not as good, of course.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Swats it away.
For example, NBA Courtside. Same year, 2002. I played it a little bit, and there wasn't a lot there for me.
The Raptors pick up their first foul.
Oh, man, he really knocked him down hard.
Clark comes in for Curry.
I played too much FIFA in my life, so now I mix it up. Usually playing mobile football or sports games because having a wife and having an Xbox is hard.
And he gets both of them.
Great shot.
In the last season, his free throw percentage was 80%.
Oh yeah, FIFA. I wasn't a really big FIFA player. I played a little bit of FIFA. I think it was like FIFA 2000. It was like FIFA 2002, I think. It's one of the like early 2000s ones. As a kid, the soccer game that we played was Winning 11. There's no competition in that area for me. Winning 11-6. We played that game endlessly.
The Raptors lead by 5.
My uncle, his friends would come over, and we would all play each other, kind of like round robin. And then sometimes on the weekends, if we had a lot of time, we would play a whole World Cup in Winning 11-6.
Throws up a tough one.
Which I actually happened to have as well. Winning 11-6 for the PlayStation 2. Now we had the Japanese version, so we just memorized what all the Japanese buttons meant.
Not much time to go.
But this is the international version. So Winning 11-6 was definitely my soccer game as a kid.
And he brings it up court. Batee, Clark, Jones.
I recommend you see the movie Once Upon a Time.
Gets it out to Jackson.
Yugoslavia won the championship, then everyone quarreled because of the war in the Balkans. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about international basketball. I'm assuming that it's about international basketball.
So that's the end of the third quarter. A tight game going on as we wait for the final quarter to begin.
So yeah, I haven't seen that movie. I did have a Yugoslavian player in the game though. But we got rid of him. What am I doing? Going to substitutions. We'll leave Clark in. Let's get Patterson in there. And let's get Grant back in there. Jackson. Curry's playing very well, actually. See if we can keep scoring. So we are up by 5 points going into the fourth quarter. The Raps are in control, I think so.
Now as we go into the final quarter of the game, the Raptors in the lead by 5. Williams. Mashburn. Into Walker. Puts in the first basket of the final quarter.
I was playing a little bit of MLB 2005, and I've never played it,
The Bulls.
but it made me kind of sad because
Jackson. Patterson.
obviously it reminds me of Game Day 2005 because some of the UI elements are similar, and I think even some of the music was the same.
Passes it into
And MLB 2005 is actually a pretty smooth game. It's a pretty good looking game as well.
the Bulls down by 1.
And it made me sad because I was just imagining an NFL game day that looked like that, or even an NCAA game breaker.
Sends it out to Jackson. Will let it go.
That's one thing I don't understand is why did
The Raptors
2K
by 3.
and Sony or 989 Sports, why did they stop making their college games
To the outside.
I think my man was lacking a little confidence on that one.
It's
for
good.
football?
All right.
And it's a 1-point
I mean,
game again.
2K3,
With the spin. Patterson.
you know, it's a slightly lesser version of NFL 2K3 as far as gameplay. But I don't know why they'd stop making that game.
The Bulls. Down
I mean,
by
if they
3.
wanted to stay in the football market, obviously they couldn't do it with the NFL after 2004 or 2005.
Grant.
But college football, as far as I know, there was no reason why they couldn't have kept making a game.
He got it.
And to just imagine what a couple more years of development for a college football game from 2K would have looked like is just, it's just heartbreaking.
Dealt.
And it makes you wonder why they never continued.
10-footer. Patterson is hungry. Jackson. Dribbling up court.
Just
Passes it into. Rejected.
one of those sports games mysteries, unsolved mysteries.
Clark. Delp comes up with a steal. Williams.
Looks like we're still in control here. There's Mashburn.
Williams. Around the perimeter to Delp. Clark with the defensive rebound. Grant.
We got a minute left.
Jackson. Clark. Jackson with the off-balance shot. Got it.
Now, Britt, the fans love what they are seeing tonight.
Moving up. Miller. Into
And
Williams.
even NCAA Game Breaker,
The Bulls down by 7. Carter.
like, I understand seeing that their game wasn't competing well against EA's game,
Shoots it. Williams. With
but
the
what they could have done is,
defensive
take a couple of years off, just like they did in 2002.
finds his man in
You
the
know,
paint.
try to restructure your product or your program. Try to make it better for a couple years without having to release a title, and then come back stronger
5.
in 2 or 3 years. But they never did that. They just said,
30 seconds.
we're only doing
A 20-second timeout.
Baseball
Called by
now.
Chicago.
baseball and soccer was their last couple games. And I think now it's just baseball, which is MLB The Show.
Williams. Williams.
989 lost the contracts, most likely
Carter gets the defensive
contracts
board.
specific to leagues and bigger entertainment business like EA. To specific leagues and bigger entertainment businesses
Jackson.
like EA.
Patterson. 5 seconds. Clark.
Well,
Come on. it's
yeah,
time
I understand that
Let's see
they didn't have... I don't know what happened to NBA Shootout. If they lost the NBA license, or
the Bulls.
if there was some other reason why they couldn't make the game, other than that they saw that it wasn't profitable anymore.
Defeat the Bulls. 45-38.
But the NCAA is a little bit different because
played exceptional basketball today, covering all
you
the
can-
bases by scoring,
you may not
rebounding,
have
dishing
the
out the dimes and playing some serious defense.
the NCAA license,
Have to concentrate on
but
team
you can have
basketball,
individual
offensively and defensively.
school
Get out,
licenses.
set screens, move the rock,
You can
anything to get
have,
everybody in the game.
it's probably a little bit more time consuming, but you can go to the University of Texas, you can go to Michigan, you can go to Notre Dame, you can get all their licenses you know,
sports.
put them all in your game
Log on to
individually.
ESPN.com.
So I don't
You can watch the
understand
NBA on ESPN.
why 2K or 989 didn't do that. It was a huge untapped market. There was no exclusivity licenses like the NFL, as far as I know. So Curry and Patterson were the big scorers. Yeah, there were no exclusive licenses, but they decided to not make any more games. Sad. 989 was big on the PS1. Oh yeah. As far as I can tell, for the most part, 989 they were definitely better in football. Basketball, I don't know. But for sure in football. Without a doubt. I've seen the PS1 Maddens, and I've played the PS1 college football game. And while I do like Madden 98 and NCAA 98, overall, Game Day and Game Breaker had better gameplay overall. I might have to watch a video on 989 now. I don't think there is one. I thought about making one. It's just there's not a lot of resources out there. Maybe there is. I haven't looked a whole lot, but we'll have to see. Patterson could make the All-Star game. You might be right. Let's see, league leaders. Let's see. Field goal leaders, or league leaders in field goals, there's Patterson at number 2. Assists, Jackson is at number 1, actually. Steals, Patterson's at number 6. Turnovers, Jackson's at number 5. So we have a couple players in the league leaders category. Let's see. Jackson having a season 2. All we need is Vince to get on a heater and watch out. Yeah, Vince doesn't seem to score a lot of points very often, but I guess he makes an impact in other areas, which is also very important. So where's Cleveland in the standings? Cleveland's at number 6, 3-2. Let's see. We've played 2 games. I think we can play one more. I think we have time for one more. Grant could be traded if we make one more trade. Let's see. I think it'll be a little tough to get 77 though. I think it'll be a little tough to get another 77. Considering what we gave up, which wasn't a lot actually, it was just a lot of free agency players. I don't know if anyone is really in a position to accept trades from me. Vince playing small forward as an option too. But Petit is a legit option. Grant and Isley maybe. We need an 80 for a power forward. Grant and Isley. Isley, pretty good player. Grant Isley. I do like Stockton though. Power forward. Chris Webber. C. Webb, 11 years. 6'10", 245. Good endurance and strength. 2-point shots and 3-point shots are not the greatest. He's good at jumping. It's a good matchup, rebound, and blocking. And he has a rivalry attribute. Stockton can be the main backup for point guard. I think so. He's pretty serviceable at 69, and he's got good 3-point shots. Chris Webber. So maybe Webber. Let's see who else there is. We got Sharif Abdur-Rahim. .92 endurance, 92 jumping. Slightly better shooter. Got toughness and consistent. Maybe Abdur-Rahim. So got Antoine Walker. Twan, as he's called. Got good 3-point shots. Quickness jumping, endurance, strength. Good ball handling. Stealing's also pretty high at 86. Strong road game play. That'll be helpful. Antoine Walker. I do like Antoine. Antonio McDyess. Maybe Antonio or Antoine Walker. Need to make a move. Let's try Walker. Let's try the higher rated player first. Just to see if maybe we can get him. Okay, so that's a no. So let's get Grant Isley back on there. Antoine Walker had what? Good threes. Yeah, let's try this guy. Boston rejects the trade, so I might have to go a little bit lower at Jermaine O'Neal. Got a 93 rebound. Pretty good 2-point shooter. Quickness is up there. Jumping is a 94. Chris Jones. Streaky, good shooting rhythm and burst recovery. Maybe Chris Jones. Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of players to give away. O'Neal would be a good fit, yeah. I don't know. Tried Weber. Add Jones as well. Jermaine Jones. Let's see. You can find a team that has a decent power forward and other weaker positions. Okay. That did something. Okay, so we got somebody there. So we got a pretty good shooter here. Rebounds up to 93. Jumping's good. Blocking's pretty good. Good shooting rhythm. So we got Antonio McDyess. Oh, computer's about to die. Oops. Okay. Yeah, so we have Antonio McDyess at power forward now. That puts our overall to 83 and our defense up to 89. So we're gonna need, let's see, we'll need a backup at power forward. We have a point guard backup. We got a shooting guard. We need a power forward. Have to at least try. I had to step out for a minute. How goes the battle? Oh. We got Antonio McDyess, who's an 86 overall. Yeah. So we got someone pretty decent after adding that third player. We do need a backup power forward, though. which right now might. I guess Lou might be the best player as an overall forward, just as a backup. But there is also Randolph. Guess we'll take Lou. Team is ready for the run. We'll see. Definitely picking people up. Got 2 guards, 2 forwards. Got 2 forwards, 2 guards. So we got Vladimir Stepania out of the Republic of Georgia. Seven feet tall. But Curry's a good backup at center. So we have a five-man bench. Yeah, I was gonna say Stefania for Drazen. Yeah, why not? Our bench is a little bit thin, I would say. Okay. So we got Clark, Dice, Patterson, Carter, and Jackson. And then on the bench we have Curry, Hardaway, Stockton, Batee, Lou, and Stepania. Or Stepania. Don't know if there's an accent on the I. Let's save this real quick. Thought we could save. Oh. I like to save states. Oops. Save states, but also saving on the actual memory card is nice. Is that in there or not? Massive blockbuster trade. Okay. So we'll just have to save state this way. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Willis was serviceable at 61, so Stepania and is it at 63 is worth a look. Yeah, that's true. Willis was serviceable at 61. So we have him. Let's jump into this Cleveland game and see our new players. So Vince Carter once again starts off with poor condition. Not sure what's up with Carter, but he's been starting out poor. Past couple games, actually. Oh. It doesn't seem to affect the outcome too much, though.
From Toronto, it's NBA action on ESPN. I'm Bry Musburger, and right beside me is the always entertaining Stuart Scott. The Toronto Raptors take on.
Yeah, I'll play one more game just to see how it turns out. I know I usually play 2, so bonus game.
The ref gets set to toss up the opening tip on ESPN. We are underway. Jackson gets the tip. Carter. Patterson.
So we are back at home against Cleveland, who is ranked number 6 right now.
With the skyhook. Knocked it in off the glass.
So there's Antonio McDyess with the skyhook.
Last season he had a shooting percentage of 41%.
Whatever that shot's called.
Murray passes the ball into the paint, straight to the bucket.
I didn't take a look at the salary cap,
Patterson, Jackson,
but I feel like we might start getting close to
Jackson, Patterson,
running out of room a little bit.
Jackson.
We'll have to see. I didn't check.
Skip pass to Carter.
Somebody has got to make a
Carter,
move to the
McDyess, Patterson. Team is stacked.
Moving up. Miller.
We'll have to see when Detroit comes back up on the schedule.
Wide pass out to Miller. Sends it out to Miller.
That's the one game I'm looking forward to is Detroit.
He better put up a shot.
Detroit and then Indiana as well, because Indiana manhandled us last season.
The Raptors down by 2. Brings it to the attack court. McDyess blows by. Carter with the off-balance shot. Kisses the ball off the glass.
That was a nice shot.
So we start out with a couple good shots off the backboard. Tied at 4.
Langdon.
Nice rip.
Patterson. Clark. Carter. Patterson. McDyess. Jackson. Passes it into Clark. Off the glass and gets 2.
Another shot.
The Raptors lead by 2. Mim.
Definitely like to see that ball go in.
Miller. Gets the ball out to Mim. Sends the ball into the... Knocks the ball.
All right,
loose.
good block there.
First block of the game.
McDyess. Clark. Patterson.
Patterson goes in with the dunk.
My man with the serious slam.
Murray. Knocks
Ooh,
it
that was a
in.
nasty three-point shot.
On that guy. Something, please.
I'm assuming that was 3.
The Raptors lead by 2. Clark.
It might have been a long range 2.
Here comes the power surge.
Okay, so he's scored consistently so far.
His field goal percentage was 40%. The Raptors lead
I'm actually
by 4.
surprised we got an 86 at power forward.
Langdon. That's the
Yeesh.
first 3 ball of the game.
No sweat on that one. My man just
A shot
knocked it
from
down.
that spot on the court kind of has a little bit of a traumatic memory for me because of that game-winning three-point shot that Detroit had at the end of that game.
McDyess passes it into the lane.
Can't believe it happened.
Score it.
He must be butter because he's on a roll.
The Raptors
Winning or losing on a buzzer beater is just, it can be miserable or exciting.
under a minute to go. And he brings it up court.
McDyess looks better than Grant.
Into
Clark
denied.
and Jackson are also good.
The game.
We got Grant. Well, he was rated lower overall,
Gets the ball in the paint.
so
Knocks down the 10-footer.
I'm expecting
Now have 14
McDyess to be significantly better. He has almost 10 points,
Mim.
about 9 points better than
Sundop
Grant. So
puts up a shot. Makes it off the glass.
Grant had a short stint here in Toronto, but I think we got a good value for him.
By 3. Not much time to go. With the
Detroit
strike,
ruined the perfect
recovers
season at
ball.
the moment, yeah.
Passes it into the lane. Nails it to.
Although I'm still worried about Indiana.
Or he has scored 6 points.
And they didn't do that great last season, but they,
Moves up.
like I said, they destroyed us.
Sundop. Murray. He got it.
It's like they had nothing to lose, so they just win all out.
The Cavaliers seconds left.
That was like taking candy from an infant.
Mim. With a big time
Good
ball.
block.
That's his first block of the game.
It's the end of the first quarter.
We'll just go straight into the next quarter. I trust the assistants to make some good subs.
The Raptors up by 3. Langdon. Miller. Murray. Chandler with a 12-footer, and he puts it in gently. The
Kind of funny
Raptors
thing about
lead by 1.
baseball, I was thinking about it the other day,
Passes
is
the ball into the paint. Knocks down the 8-footer.
believe it or not, baseball is a little bit nostalgic for me. But I don't really care about baseball that much.
The Cavaliers
I don't watch
down by
baseball.
3.
But I remember as a kid,
Sundop. Murray.
you know, watching the local professional baseball team was a big deal, like at school and everything.
Patterson.
And then my uncle was really big into baseball, so
Carter.
I kind of got a lot of his fandom rubbed off on me as a kid.
Jackson.
And we were all big Astros watchers at that time.
McDice. Langdon with the rebound.
So the
Chandler. Miller.
Astros logo before they switched back to the orange colors,
Sends the ball into the paint.
like the silver Astro
Sends it
star,
out to Miller. Swats it away.
is pretty nostalgic for me.
The Cavs need to be more focused on their passes.
So it's
Toronto takes possession.
I wouldn't be opposed to playing a baseball game. An early 2000s baseball game.
Carter. Curry. Gets it out to Patterson. The rebound to Curry. That's goaltending.
Heck, when you're that tall, it's kind of hard not to block the shot.
So we're currently up by 3. 2 minutes left until the half.
Sundov. And with the
Sundov
jumper,
shoots,
the
makes an
shooter
easy
side.
score.
That was an easy shot.
The Raptors lead by 1. McDice throws up a tough one. Chandler yanks down the defensive rebound. Miller. Posey.
We currently have a 1-point lead.
Chandler. Posey. Walker throws up a tough one.
Okay, so Cleveland takes the lead now.
For his shots.
Right, here's Stockton. I want to see you make those 3-pointers.
Patterson. Stockton. Curry. Around the perimeter to Carter. Passes it into
Patterson shoots. Oh, and Sundov takes it out of the air.
Cavs lead by 1. Chandler. Sundov with a 15-footer.
Yikes.
And gets it 2.
Them kids represent.
Okay, so Cleveland's looking pretty strong so far. Looks like their number 6 spot is definitely warranted.
The Cavs lead by 3. Carter. Curry. Sends it out to
Carter shoots the 3 and he misses. Curry comes back and he makes it.
The Cavs lead by 1. Sundov.
The Blue Jays won the World Series when I was a kid, so baseball was
Authority.
My man with a major
it in New York.
The Cavs
Childhood as
lead
well.
by
It's
3.
funny how a logo can make you feel good.
Nice.
I guess that's why business like McDonald's and Coke use nostalgia to keep their clients
It's a good
loyal.
swing. The backboard didn't break with that slam.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I noticed
Now
like
have
watching
22
older sports games, pretty much just football,
The Cavs.
I never knew that commercials would be so nostalgic.
Sundov shoots the
Um,
jumper. It's good.
And I don't know why exactly. Maybe it's just because it was just, you know, it was a glimpse into the kind of culture at the time, because I heard somebody say that marketing wasn't as targeted as it is nowadays. Where nowadays you can find your exact audience, your exact target audience.
So far, he has scored.
And so you just appeal to them with what they need.
Brings it up court.
But I guess back in the 90s and before that,
Come on, where's the D?
The Cavs.
you didn't have the sort of targeted
Patterson.
advertising that you do now. And so advertising had to be really broad, like general appeal.
Gets the ball in the paint. And he rips the
So maybe that's part of it.
Now Brent. One more dunk like that, and they're gonna have to change the rim.
But I think it's just overall,
shot as time expires.
it's like the
End of the half. And we
the
have
mannerisms of people, the music, the visuals, the way they wrote the dialogue of the commercials, or the music. It was all reminiscent, of course, of that time period. And so it makes you wanna like go back to that time. Even like things like movie trailers is something that
now we are set for the second half.
has a little bit of that effect.
In the lead by 1. Passes it in.
A good example of that would be the trailer for
End of the quarter. And it's a three-point game.
Marked for Death, the Steven Seagal movie.
Up court. Baty takes a shot.
I never saw that trailer as a kid.
And it's a one-point
You know,
game.
I never saw it. But going back to it recently and watching that trailer,
Denied.
it was a really weird experience because
Transition.
it's like,
Clark.
I don't know what it was about
Jackson.
the trailer or the sound quality of it, or just something about it.
Baty.
It's like, as I was watching the trailer, I imagined myself
With a big-time block.
like back in 1990.
Over that ball.
Like I imagined myself like coming home from work or something, and then turning on my CRTV, and then having
Langdon.
the sound of that movie trailer kind of echo in my room, and it's like,
With the 10-footer. Baty.
and I imagined that the room was a little bit cold for some reason. It was a really weird experience.
Jackson. Takes the ball past.
And it's kind of interesting that I got all of that from just a movie trailer.
Finds his man in the lane. Lou.
And I guess it was partially nostalgia,
Is showing us some
but it wasn't nostalgia for something that I experienced. Like a lot of nostalgia is, you know, you
Jackson.
may not experience everything that you are currently nostalgic for. It's just an odd experience.
In the third quarter. Lou.
It's weird how that happens.
Jackson. Carter. Lou. Baty.
But I guess you could say I'm a certified nostalgia addict.
The ball spins out.
The Raptors
Good shot by Baty.
take the ball better and get everybody involved in the offense.
And it's good.
Mojo. Big mojo.
And it's a one-point game again. The Cavaliers down by
Cool thing
one.
about
Across the court too.
I think I already said this about All-Star Baseball is that you can start a new expansion team
In the third quarter. Carter.
and you can pick their stadium, which is kind of cool.
Baty. Clark.
So I was playing with that last night.
Jackson. Coming in hard. Brings it in himself. And it's a three-point game again.
So we currently have the lead again by 3 points.
Doliak.
Seen some pretty solid play so far.
The rebound.
Good rebound by Clark.
And he brings it up court.
Let's get this score and go up to 5.
Swipes the ball away.
That's his second block of the game.
Lou. Around the perimeter to Jackson.
Clark shoots and he scores. Beautiful.
The Cavaliers down by 5. Langdon. Miller. Langdon.
Cool, and you escaped with that trailer.
Pass.
I guess if you mean it's escapism,
Clark.
maybe so.
Lou. That was like taking candy from a baby.
Maybe so. That might have been what that was.
Miller. Langdon. Doliak.
I think escapism is good.
Picks up his first foul.
You obviously don't want to
Definitely was a charge. He had
lose sight on your priorities, but I think we all need escapism. And
Curry.
For some reason, I find escapism in
This man's got hops.
Oh yeah, y'all. Just
In,
check out the
uh,
elevation.
Tonight his field goal
sports from the
percentage
80s and
is
90s.
75%.
Don't know why, but kind of crazy how
The
all that
Raptors
works out.
Lead by 7. Langdon.
So I get promotions from Twitch.
Piece of that one
I don't know why
with the spin. Stockton. Batee
Twitch
gets the ball out to Stockton.
wants to put that in the chat.
Carter. Stockton. Batee gets a 3-second violation.
My man just
I guess
set
it's a
up
good
camp.
way to make you read it.
Moving up. Doliak. Miller. Puts up a
Miller
shot.
shoots,
Time expired.
and he
End
misses.
of the third quarter.
So we are up by, what, 29, 36, 6 points? 7. We'll just jump into the next quarter.
We're ready for the final quarter of action. The Raptors up by 7. Finds his man in the paint.
Carter shoots and he scores, so we go up by 9. I think we are firmly in control of this game,
So far he has
barring any kind of craziness.
Doliak. Cleve. Sends the ball cross court to Langdon.
You better watch your step.
Tough break for Cleveland there.
Doliak.
Sometimes I wonder how people viewed a movie from that era. So I understand your thoughts, philosophy.
And he spins into Carter.
You wonder how people viewed a movie from that era.
With the spin. Passes
Do you mean
it
how
to
people in that time period thought of that movie?
Just taking advantage of the defense tonight.
I'd imagine that it was
40. Toronto.
the same way that we look at trailers now. Maybe with less disdain about
Follows up nicely.
Now that's how you
wokeism and all that crap.
Let's see if they can break up their opponent's momentum.
Curry.
But you know, in the future, there might be people that are nostalgic for today's stuff.
Dribbling up court.
That is going to happen.
Jumper. Carter with the defensive board.
All-Star Create a Team is an idea.
Curry.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a Create a Team feature. It was you start a new franchise and you can either take over an existing team
My bad.
or you can do an expansion team. So I guess technically it's Create a Team.
Sundop.
But the only thing you set is the city and the stadium, and I think there's also a draft,
Sundop.
which I'm not a fan of because it forces you to take players from other teams, I think.
Langdon.
I forget how that
Time to
works.
get something going. Let's see.
It might just be a...
Tell you what, he doesn't give it a second.
I don't know how that works exactly.
Dribbling up the floor.
But like the logos and uniforms are all set.
Remaining.
You can pick the mascot, of course, but the logos and colors all come with the mascot.
Nice jam. And this crowd is
In that time period, like
33,
Rocky, for
44.
example.
Toronto. Way to hustle. I like to see an effort like that. Curry.
well, I guess I don't understand
Knocks in a
the
two.
question. Are you asking
the fans sure are
if
giving
people in that time period
Brings it up court.
thought that the movie
Murray.
was like bad or dangerous?
straight butter.
I mean, I guess there's always pushback against new things.
46. Toronto.
A good example would be
A minute
like
and
in
a half
music.
remaining in the final quarter.
You know,
And he puts it in gently.
people thought that Elvis Presley was provocative,
All around basketball.
and now we have pop stars that are, you know,
The Raptors.
you could have a pop star dry hump the stage, and that's seen as acceptable.
Curry nails it too.
So standards certainly change.
50. Toronto.
Not always for the better, but standards are always changing.
Sundop. Cleve.
So back in the 90s and 80s and 90s, you had the whole satanic panic kind of thing, like which is kind of tied to the fear about, you know, violent video games and movies and all this kind of stuff. But Marked for Death being an exploitation film, there were probably people that thought it was, you know, a movie that wasn't worth watching because it was purely about the violence, you know. And if you do a little bit of research, the culture wars have been going on for a long time. There's a book that I picked up a while back, and I haven't finished reading it, but it's called Hollywood versus America. It's backwards. But it's popular culture and the war on traditional values. And it was actually pretty similar to people's attitude today towards the changing values in entertainment. So that's been going on since the 90s, the 80s, probably even farther back than that. So I think a lot of that discussion is warranted, but I don't agree with everything that people will say on that front. I do think there is a disconnect, though, between a lot of the entertainment makers and the people that consume the entertainment as far as values. Okay, so pretty strong win here, 52-39. Pretty close towards the middle of the game, but it certainly picked up. Standards of the time. Yeah, standards are always changing. So Curry, the center, scored 12 points, and then Vince Carter and McDyess with 10. So Patterson not having the most abundant game, but still serviceable at 6 points. Okay, so we're at 4-1, first in the division, second in the conference right now. We have Atlanta, so next time we're going to be facing Detroit, so that'll be a good game to watch. And then we finish again with Indiana, Charlotte, Indiana. I wonder if the schedule is just the same every single time. Looks like it might be. Maybe it changes bi-yearly. I don't know. Alright, Patrick. Have a good one. I'm about to wrap up, too. Okay. So let's just check our standings. Let's see. We are number 2 in the conference, number 5 in the league. So the only 2 undefeated teams now are Dallas and Utah. Nice. Okay. Let's check the free agency real quick, and we'll call it there. Doesn't look like there's anything there. All right. So that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. I will probably be playing a different game. I have been playing this game a lot. And I do like it, and I'll play it a lot more. But I do want to play another game. So next time it's going to be something else. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one.